Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Kathy, and it is September 28th, and Wednesday begins the last quarter of the year. Oh, Amma just told me that we're going to devote this today's session to openness to the future. I always think about openness to the future, but to recognize, and this kind of goes along with was out to dinner with some friends, and we were talking about one of the friends who is my housemate is somebody who has she's wonderful. She'll give you the shirt off her back and she'd give you the pants and everything too. Probably would not want to be naked, but she is someone who would give you anything if you needed it. And she is in such, I'm going to have to edit that part out, but she's in such fear of what is happening. And the rest of us are optimistic about what is happening. And what Alma's telling me now is that on a world level, it's actually what's happening in most of the world is the reverse, which is most people are in real anxiety of what it is that is happening on the planet. And then there are those of us that where we practice what Alma preaches. Do you preach that, Alma? She laughs. She says, I just share about being in the heart source and the importance of that, and how there is nothing to fear about what is happening. So before we get started on that, see how she's going to bring that into the healing session, heart source. And for those of you not familiar with the heart source, bring your attention to the heart chakra, which is in the middle of your chest. And if this is new for you, you might want to just put your hand over the front of your heart chakra. Most people don't know there's a front and the back, but we're just dealing with the front now, and just feel yourself go deeply within. Good. And leave part of your awareness right there, but come out of the heart chakra, go around your back, and go to the exact opposite, which is the back of the heart chakra, and move deep within. Somebody's a little bit too low. If you can't find yourself going easily, there you go. Somebody, they went in. And I don't know if that somebody is here in the live group or on the videos because it's all in the space of no time. But go as deep as you can within until you go through. It's like you're going through a tunnel, an alleyway, the hallway, and then suddenly you step into this amazing place, the sacred space. Okay, good, good. Now stay there in that, your awareness there, that you're totally aware of the sacred space. Come out again and go to the front and go into the front of your third eye. That's your brow chakra. So just above, like if you run your finger up your nose and you go over a little bump, and just above that is the third eye. There are more first, second, third, fourth, fifth, six eyes in there. Years ago, we did a program and learned a little bit about the different eyes. Third eye, go in. Good. Now just set your intention to see the violet flame that is in the back of the front of the third eye. Okay, some of you saw it and automatically activated it, which is great. We will also, well, we'll just activate it now. So, violet flame, please activate along the 7 layers, each layer of our of the 7 layers. Alma's grinning. She says, when you learn how to do these things and realize it doesn't have to be regimented, like, oh, I'm going to activate the third eye, then we go back. And actually, she's telling me that when we start developing the heart source, for those of you who have never done that, because you are with a group of people who are so familiar with the heart source, it actually develops in you automatically. But we want you to show you how. So this is the front of the third eye, making this complex today. Now go into the back of the third eye. You just go around to the back and it's right across from it. just over another bump in your head. If you run your fingers over you have the skull, and then you move it up the very bottom of the skull, and then you move it up a little bit, and there's just a little bump, little depression there. There you go. Somebody got very joyful when they went in. It was interesting to feel that energy of joy. Good. Now, we are going to connect the heart chakra with the third eye, and you can either ask for it to be connected. You can see a beam of energy moving from the heart to the third eye. And it is not the same thing as your pranic tube, and it is not the same thing as your hara line. It is a different connection on a different dimension. When you connect, the first time I did it, it was like a electrical charge. There you go. And now move that beam of energy up to the center of the universe. There you go. And now you're keeping it there at the center of the universe. Go straight down to the center of our wonderful, wonderful planet. There you go. Breathe, breathe in from above and below. You're bringing energy in from above and below into your heart, and just allow it to spread throughout your heart. There you go. Send energy from your fingers as you're breathing in, and just let it, my fingers are tingling. And so wherever you feel it tingling, just send the energy out with praise and thanksgiving for everything that is happening now for you. Praise and thanksgiving, and let the energy just come out. And when you're doing this kind of thing, this is a good time that you can send those of you who are talking about the young man that was murdered. You can send energy out to him like this. Just there's nothing other than love. It's like just sending love. Well, it is sending love. It's not just like it is sending love. There you go. So whenever you're bringing energy in and you feel all of this energy ready to go ahead and send it out to whomever you wish. You can send it to the waters, to a person, to a group of people, to an intention. Here we go. And now, those of you who already have the sword, oh, let me just say this for those of you who just received this, the heart source, all you have to do is say heart source and it forms, but practice each individual step. And if you come to the Sunday ceremonies, you listen to them on YouTube, I take you through it this each time. Now, another thing, heart source, no, wrong one. I am the sword. I am the sword. And this is the sword of Archangel Michael. For those of you who have not received the sword of Archangel Michael, just ask him to be with you, and he automatically is. So just like become aware of him and then say, "May I have your sword, please?" Hold your dominant hand, and he will place the hilt of his sword in your hand. Somebody said, "How do you
I
know?"
can't hear you.
Anybody else not able to hear me? Turn up
I
your
can hear
volume.
you.
Turn up your volume, Cleo. It's just you.
I can see you. Yes. Hear you.
Let me see if I can get her a chat. Okay, now I have lost totally and completely where I am. We're at Michael's sword. So you're asking him to place the sword within your hands, within your hand. Bring it straight up into your heart. Just hold it point up and then send it into your heart. Feel the energy go through you, and you are now the sword. And all you have to do to activate that energy is to say, I am the sword. Anytime. And then you become someone of transmutation, absolutely of transmutation. There you go. And now we already activated the violet flame, but this is usually where I activate it. So this is where it is. And now we are going to form the healing lecture room. And there is a floor of light below us, a canopy of light above us, pillars of light in each corner. And I'm being told, remember, that sometimes the healing lecture room is a rectangle, sometimes it's square, sometimes it's a circle, sometimes it's okay, what's it called when it's oblong, like egg shaped. Don't worry about it. They know where the corners are. And now we invite in the angels that are needed for this session today to surround the perimeter of the healing lecture room from pillar to pillar to pillar to pillar and back to the first pillar. And I'm seeing all kinds of light there. I'm being told there are just many, many, many. Now, this healing lecture room, by the way, is an adaptation of what I learned from the Melchizedek method. And now a central pillar right in the middle of where all of those who wish to be here or that we call to be here during our session are coming into the central pillar. And you may see or sense different people. I almost always, and I mean, like maybe there's only been one time I haven't had Yeshua and Buddha coming in together. And I am seeing Kuan Yin, I am seeing Mary of Magdala, I'm seeing who I call Mother Mary, and or the Blessed Mother in Catholic tradition, that she's coming in, and I see all others, all just whole groups and groups of people that are coming in. And Amma is telling me all of those that are coming in, and there are thousands, thousands upon thousands of beings coming in. And these are people supporting our planet and supporting us to be with us. Now send a beam of energy from your heart to the central pillar. Just feel the energy, the collection of energy. If you can't feel, and there are people that don't notice it, or you can't feel, see, I'm more clairsentient, and I know those things, but there are people who may see light, clairvoyant. They may see the beings. They may hear the wonderful sounds of creation. Feel, sense, see, know that they are there celebrating with us about what is happening on this planet. Things are changing. Okay, good. And now, stepping out of the central pillar is the Chohan, the fifth ray of healing, Master Hilarion. And those of you not familiar with the rays, there are a number of rays. Think of it as aspects of God that you focus on. And the green ray, and my guides are kind of laughing with me right now because those of you who can see my background, it's blue bonnets. These are Texas blue bonnets. There is almost every ray represented in this picture when you go down to different ways. And the green ray is the ray of healing and of growth, which is what happens with healing. The blue ray is the first ray, the blue ray of God, which is us being in alignment with the will of God. And I've always thought, Alma's told me, says anybody who adheres to the blue ray, following the will of God, will automatically align themselves with every other ray. And okay, I'm getting all of these messages. So I need just one message, please. Somebody be the spokesperson. And it is Hilarion. First of all, that's interesting. Hilarion, he's laughing hilariously. And so he is saying that when you are growing with growth, it comes from following the will of the Creator and asking for a healing of that which prevents you from following the will of the Creator. And our healing is happening. And now Hilarion is saying there is a chair for each one of you, which is a green jade chair of healing. Please sit down, he says. Please sit down and trust that you are going to receive healing today. As many times as you listen to any of the healing ceremonies, you receive healing this day. You don't have to figure it out. You don't have to try to do it right. There is no doing it right. There is simply opening yourself to the love of the Creator. And those who are working with this ray are working with the love of the Creator. And when we are working with love, we are following the will of the Creator. So, those of you who sometimes feel guilty about things that you do or don't do, that you say or don't say, what is happening is a message coming within you, a will, a knowingness, even wisdom coming with you saying that, oh, I wasn't following the will of the Creator. And there is nothing to be ashamed about in not following the will of the Creator. Simply recognize that you're not and make an adjustment. It is that easy. Of course, the important part is making an adjustment. We may think that it's not easy making the adjustment, but it is that easy is to make that adjustment. So now, this is a simple healing ceremony. Ask your healing team. Well, connect with them first. Connect with your healing team. They're right there with you. Ask them to assist you in opening yourself to the vibration of love to just flow through you, which will assist you in healing all of that, which makes it difficult for you to make adjustments to follow the will of the Creator. And I heard somebody saying, but how do we do that? Well, kindness. You know all these answers. Kindness. If you are not being kind, which means, by the way, not being in your heart, then you are not following the will of the Creator. It is okay to set boundaries. Do it with kindness, which means do it from your heart. When you know that there is someone at least that you can send a blessing to, whether they know you're doing it or not, that is following the will of the Creator. When you know that well, for me, I'll pick my own addictions, right? So one of my addictions is food. That's the major one. It's sugar. And that's what I've been working with the Creator on with that. And my healing team is to heal that which says, oh, okay, just this once, right? Just this once in that minute of I'm going to go ahead and get a whole group of a whole half gallon of ice cream and eat it, kind of thing. Think of what it is that you do within your life that prevents you from being fully aware that you are love incarnate, that you are the power and presence of God. So bring that to mind. Tell the creator, tell whomever it is that you're relating to, I'm ready to change this. Please send me the vibration of love needed to dissolve my resistance to releasing that which prevents me from following the will of God. Allow the energy to come through. If you have a feeling, something that says, am I blocking this love from coming in? Because that's what it is love. Just say, bring in the vibration of love needed for me to remove the block, which is blocking the love. And Hilarion is saying, self-healing is easy. You simply need to ask for it. And he's laughing and he's doing it with joy. It's not derisive or making fun of or something. And he said, so many people don't want to ask for it because they don't want to change, because they're afraid they won't be able to enjoy their addiction to whatever, which could be television, which could be a sport, which could be whatever. Any of that comes up, just please send the vibration of love that I need to release this from me. And open yourself to the fact that this love is going to be coming through you always, always, unless you consciously turn it off. And how do you consciously turn it off? Well, when you make a decision to go against the will of the creator and you go, what is that? Well, you start the people who are driving and you go into road rage. That's kind of going against the will of the creator. If you find yourself making judgments, negative judgments about people, that's kind of going away from it. You just notice it. You just notice when you know, K-N-O-W, that you're not doing what you know somebody from the heart is, what is not kind. And you just simply say, okay, I need to go back. I need to go back. And you see yourself. Do that. See yourself on the path with that love in front of you and going through you. Simply keep coming back. That's what I keep hearing. Simply keep, actually, it doesn't say come back. Simply make the adjustments. Simply make the adjustments. They're saying, notice that if you make a left turn right now or a right turn, that you're going to be going in a different direction. That's an adjustment. If you find that you made that left turn and you're not going where you want to go, make the adjustment to go ahead and go back. Just make the adjustment and know that you have spiritual support always to make that adjustment. And now this is Amma talking. She is telling me, I'm not channeling her yet, but she is telling me, see in front of you whatever image you wish of the eyes of love. See the eyes of love in front of you. Can you look into the eyes of love? Can you look into the eyes of love and not go into the feeling of not being good enough? Can you look at the eyes of love and recognize that you are being loved just as you are? I'm getting teary about this. Just as you are. You are love incarnate. You are the power and presence of God. And simply look into the eyes of love. And the eyes of love are simply loving you with a power that you rarely recognize, with the acceptance that you rarely recognize. And the more that you and me look into the eyes of love and are able to look into the eyes of love and see the compassion and the joy, the sheer delight of who it is that you are, the more you will open yourself to healing. And the more you will see your brothers and sisters of light, your brothers and sisters who do not know they are light, those in front of you as love. There is never an instant in your life when the eyes of love are not looking at you with love. And now you, all of you who are listening to this, you are being filled with love. And now, where would you like to send that love? And as you send that love, love keeps filling you. You're not going to be empty of love. You will be increasing in love. Now send that love wherever you wish for it to go. You can send it from your hands, from your heart, from your eyes, from your whole being. Send that love wherever you want it to go. You could stay here and send that love as long as you want. We're going to go into channeling so you can do that as you're listening to the message of Amma. But before we bring the message in, go ahead and ask your healing team or your encodement technicians to align your encodement system so that you can hear exactly what Amma wants you to hear in today's message. And the next one that whose energy is going to be coming through me that you hear, not in Amma's voice, my voice doesn't change much when I channel, will be Amma, the Divine Mother. Dear ones, precious ones, have you noticed that as we do these healing sessions, how they change and how, in a way, you have many different ways to project healing onto others, and how there are simple ways, there are wonderful ways. All of them involve being in a place of love for yourself. Being in a place of love for yourself. You are limited in being able to send healing love to others by the limitation of love you have for yourself. That is why I have recommended that you do healing for yourself first. You are limited in being able to heal others when you have not loved yourself enough to change what it is that you regret about yourself. Because there is a block between you and that and another person. So you heal yourself first. You ask for that healing. I want nothing less for you than for you to stand there in the glory of which you are, knowing that you are the power and presence of the creator of all. I used that instead of God this time because I want to emphasize that sometimes when you use the same words, they become so normal. You are the power and presence, yes, of God. You are the power and presence of the creator of all. Isn't that amazing? The creator of all. No worries about what others are doing. What is it you are doing? Whenever you have a fear of what might happen, oh, you look in your bank account and you see there's $5 left. Some of you may see a negative number left. When you go into fear about that, you stay in a place of fear and it closes your energy down. Instead, go into a place of thankfulness of whatever it is. And yes, ask for what it is that you need and expect it to come, as it is not just coming, but it is there. You hear about peace, and then you hear about war where there is no peace. And you go into fear about what is going to happen. What is going to happen to your country if it keeps going this way? What is going to happen in your family if it keeps going this way? What is going to happen in the world if it keeps going this way? That is when you stop and readjust yourself and you give thanks and praise and gratitude and appreciation for whatever is happening, because this entire plan, which is of the Creator, is to assist you in coming to realize who you are, who others are, and to accept where you yourself are being guided. Remove fear from you. How do you remove fear? You immediately go back into your heart source. You immediately go into a place of thanksgiving, of joy, of delight, of what it is that's being created now, of how humanity is being given a choice of how it is they wish to live, how it is that they wish to focus their energies on what has happened. Have you noticed, those of you, especially in the United States, have you noticed that, oh, in a few divorces of some of the billionaires, of what has happened with those who have separated themselves from a particular energy, the energy of greed and the collection of money, and they have been brought into a situation of realizing, and this seems to be the wives or the ex-wives that do this, of going, well, what else can I do with this money, which is now totally mine, that I get to make the decisions on, and where that money goes. And you may have noticed that it has shifted to the giving of resources in a greater amount so that the people who were there and saying, here, we will help these people live to their fullest, and are donating millions and millions of dollars to do that. And their money keeps increasing. You do not have to be a billionaire for your money to keep increasing, because it increases, your wealth increases when you give. And that doesn't mean it comes with dollars and cents. The wealth of your love, the wealth of the ability to love. And yes, the ability to put out where somebody has a sign that says anything helps, is that you give them that anything, whether it is in the form of coin, or it's in the form of bills, or if it's in the form of a blessing that they may not consciously know. Instead of ignoring someone on the side of the street so you look away from them, turn your head and smile and send a greeting to them from your heart. Instead of being filled with pain about the devastation of a forest or a land, a country, the ocean, see everything come whole. Those of you who have had to work on healing of your physical body, you are told, and those of you who have learned this, see yourself when you are asking for healing, see yourself whole and entire. That is what the Creator does. The Creator, who of course has the infinite ability to see the details to the very cellular level and every part of the plant or the body going through its healing, can see it in its wholeness. The Creator sees it in its wholeness, and that is what is created, and that is what you, as co-creators, see it in its wholeness. What is the future? What do you see in the wholeness of the future? Can you see the Middle East filled with what was predicted in the Hebrew scriptures as flowing with milk and honey? Can you see countries coming back together filled with peace? Hold that image in your mind and in your heart. And when you find yourself being filled with maybe despair or disappointment. Stop. Heart source. And form the image of that earth of happy people, of beauty, of land, which is flowing with the energy of creation, and that everybody is truly working together as co-creators. Each of you listening to this message or reading this message, you are integral in forming the image of what is to happen in the future. Did you know, or had you thought of this, that mourning, woe to me, woe to my country, woe to this earth that this is going and happening, is the wrong creation? You notice where it is that you want things to go, and you notice where you are not assisting in it, and you make the adjustment of how to assist. And one of the biggest ways to assist in bringing wholeness to this planet is spending time daily. Doesn't matter how much time. Spending time daily in holding that image of what is happening, of bringing healing into yourself. And when you feel that energy going through you, you hold it out to the planet and ask her to absorb it and to take it to wherever she needs, whether it is the water, the oceans, whether it is to a particular country, whether it is to the feeling of despair in general. That means not a particular country, but everywhere upon the planet. To send the love of, you are love incarnate. You are the power and presence of God. You are the power and presence of the Creator. And sending it to what some may call the least of those upon your planet, those who believe they are the least, and they are not the least. Because they're being there in their role in this great drama, movie, play of what is happening. They are the ones triggering within you of how to give love. If they were not there, you would not know that you are to do that. If there is not someone in need, you would not be able to have the opportunity to give of yourself in whichever way is called for. That is why it is so important that when you are offered a gift, and I usually say a string-free gift, a gift from the heart, take it with gratitude. Open your heart to receiving that gift of love, whether it is a cup of water or a food or clothing or a compliment. Take it, because every time you do and you go into gratitude and appreciation, you are putting that within this planet. You are co-creating what it is you truly want. Every word you say, every thought you have co-creates. It sends the energy outward. So what energy are you sending outward? If you are sending anger about what is happening and you keep sending that anger, you just fill the world with anger. However, if you use that anger about what is happening and recognize, oh, this is something that I cannot let stand. So I am going to go into my heart source and I am going to fill myself with love, ask for that love, and then sending it out so that this is created. So this person is filled with love, so that their body comes to wholeness, so that we send that energy, that strong energy of love outwards to stop the despair, to stop the destruction of what is happening. There are what you call horrors happening within this world. You have seen it. Can you think about a time in history that you know of history? How about the history of your life that there has not been war? Probably not, right? As a child, you may not have been aware of it, that there was conflict, that there was war. Create it. Create peace in your mind's eye. Create peace through your words. Create peace with what you do in your life. It is your responsibility to connect with your gods, with your guides, with your creator, to find out how you are to do this. But if you do not know a specific way, be it from words or writing or acting or laughter, know that you can bring the love into you as it is ever present. And you can ask that that love within you increase in vibration to the highest level that you can hold it, and then send it outward. But keep bringing the love in, and all you have to do is be open to bring it in, to send it outward in the image in your mind of peace and love and growth, of everything growing as it needs to be, of people being in joy with each other. You are the future, what you do. And who else is the future? The children that are coming in to send love to them. Do not despair when you find yourself in that place. Heart source, ask to be healed of the wound which causes that despair, and to be filled with love, and then send it outward. So that is my message about the future and about your role with the future. I bless you. I love you. And every being who is here on this side of the veil, who stands in love and light, blesses you, sends you love, and supports you. And you can call upon them. I am Amma, the Divine Mother of the Divine Mothers, and oh, precious one, I am your mother. Well, this is Kathy. Isn't that interesting of what she talked about for the future? I was thinking of something different, but it's just different ways she gives us the same message, doesn't she? And I think part of what she's telling us is by doing these things, we are accessing our power.
Ah,
Did that answer a question, Margaret?
it was just like, oh, that's an insight. There's always more and more and more and more layers.
There it is. It's like bringing it in different ways.
Yeah.
So thank you, all of you. It's wonderful to have you here.
And thank
I
you.
just take great delight in it.
You, Kathy.
Thank you so much. And Cleo, I take it you were able to hear.
It was my, I figured it out.
Good for you. Okay, all of you, much love to you.
Thank you,
Take care.
Kathy.
Thank
Yeah.
you all.
Thank
And-
you.
Happy week.
Namaste.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye,
Amma.
Cleo. Thank you,
Hi,
Cleo.
Margaret.
Bye.